welcome to Big Blend Radio's Food, Wine, and Travel Show, where we go across country and travel the world with members of the International Food, Wine, Travel Writers Association. Let's go. Hey, everybody, welcome. Today we are going golfing, boating, hiking, and dining, and probably going to visit a cave in the lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. And in fact, it's really cool because we're recording this while Nancy and I are here in Missouri. And Scott Kendall just came back from the lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. He's been on the show before. So last time he was talking about Big Bend National Park in Texas. And today it's, the lake of the Ozarks. Completely opposite, right? Scott is an editor and owner of PlayStateEat.com, a wonderful website to go and visit and get your travel planning going. He's also a freelance travel writer, photographer, and videographer. And we've got his article about his experience in the Lake of the Ozarks up on blendradioandtv.com. And that article also features his video. So the links are in the show notes wherever you're listening or watching. So welcome back, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Lisa?
Good, good. It looks like you had a good time in the Lake of the Ozarks. Got a lot
We
done, got
did,
good food, sustenance.
yeah, and got to spend time with family, which is unusual. We had 8 members of my family and my wife's family, so we all had a great time up in the Lake of the Ozarks.
Wow. Do you think that is a good destination for families to travel? And I would think right now, with it being summer travel season, this is a, key destination for folks to, and it's central, right? Because it's in Missouri. It's a
I
central
think so. It's
location.
right in the middle of everything. And USA Today said it was the #1 recreational lake in the U.S. And after
Wow.
being there 3 times, I believe that there's it's so much shoreline, so much water activities, and of course with that comes great food and drinking and bridal cave, exploring, all kinds of cool stuff.
Well, speaking of drinking, weren't you staying at Margaritaville?
We were staying, yes, at the Tantera Estates, which is part of the Margaritaville complex. So we were a couple of minutes away from Land Shark and all the festivities over in Margaritaville. But we were in a house on the lake, so we actually had a lot of privacy and some quiet time.
Oh, that's nice, and going back to the lake itself, you were saying in your article that it's actually encompasses more coastline than the coast of California. That's incredible
Yeah,
when
the
you
first
think of
time I
that.
heard that, I thought it must have been a misprint, but I checked
Mhm.
on it and it's true.
Wow. So a lot of people are boating. I can imagine. Are people swimming, or is there a lot of fishing going on? I saw you got some photos of people fishing and
Right. When we were there like right before the big Memorial Day weekend rush. So
mm.
things were still active, but it wasn't really crowded. I imagine that following weekend after we left, it changed quite a bit. But we saw several people out fishing. We saw a few jet skis and some motorboats. So a lot of different activities, just depending on whatever you like.
So then you did a lot of golfing. That was something it's great to talk about because we don't really get to hear much about golfing that much. And I think golfing has changed. The golf courses now have, there's regular golf and there's like, what is it? Disc golf, foot golf. There's all kinds of things happening
All
on the
kinds.
courses. Yeah. I mean, did you see any of that while you were there?
Well, we were focused just on the golfing itself, but I'm sure there were some of those other options also. But Lake of the Ozarks Golf Trail, there's 13 golf courses
Wow.
within probably 30, 40 minutes of each other.
No
Uh,
way. That's a lot. That's a
that
lot.
it
Yeah.
is a lot, and it's such a pretty area. I'm from Texas, from the Houston area, so we're very flat, and so when you have a golf course, you have to build your hills and hazards, but they're natural in Missouri, so they're very
Mm.
pretty courses, a lot of lakes, a lot of ups and downs and undulating hills. So just a very, very pretty area for golf.
So when you're saying there's that much, so there's an actual trail that people can follow. So if they're going on vacation, it's like, well, let's choose more than one golf course to check out, right? Because you
For
went to what,
sure, yeah.
three of
Out
them?
of the 13, I've golfed 4 of them, 3 on this trip, and then I did Old Kinderhook on a previous trip. So all I know is the 4 that I've been on have all been fantastic, and I'm sure the others are also very nice.
we had a good time, like even in Louisiana on golf courses, and the wildlife seems to hang out on the golf courses. Did you notice that while you were there? Did you see any
For
extra bird
sure.
life? I mean, we saw turtles. We didn't see any gators. We didn't get attacked by a gator or anything, and I think you're safe from those in Missouri. I
Yeah, I
think,
think we're
yeah.
far enough north where that wasn't a problem. Saw lot of geese, a lot of other birds. Um,
Mm.
we saw a snake on one of the trails, but that wasn't on the golf
Oh,
course. That
cool.
was just hiking. But we also saw deer. We saw a turtle at Rocky Top Trail, Lake of the Ozarks Park. A lot of hawks, some vultures, all
Cool.
kinds of wildlife.
So yeah, because there was a state park you went to as well, right? Is
Right,
it
we
real?
went
It's
to
haha, haha.
Yeah, there's two of them. Ha Ha Tonka is a state park, and I've been on that to that park on previous visits. On this visit, we went to Lake of the Ozarks State Park, and they have a marina, and we went on the Rocky Top Trail, which is like a 2.2 mile, moderately challenging trail. So, it was a little bit of a push, but not bad at all. A lot of trees, so you were
Mm.
in the shade most of the time, and about half of the walk you're walking alongside Lake of the Ozarks, so you have some beautiful views and just a really nice time.
Oh man. That is nice. I mean, when you get the water and the trees, it keeps it a little cooler too, wouldn't you say, for Missouri? Because
For
it's
sure, yeah.
warm today. I'm just saying it's heating up, and I can feel it as we're talking. I'm going, I don't know, this lake idea is sounding sounding really good and getting in some shade, right?
Right.
For folks in the summers to get out there. But I think the location is super cool for people in the country itself, for people. It's close to, like Arkansas and places like that for people to get to, just
Right.
to
It's an
for
easy day
summer,
trip.
fall.
Yeah, it was a long day trip for us from Texas. And my
Yeah.
relative came from Wisconsin. It was also, about a 8, 9 hour drive for them. So, centrally located. And, once you get there, there's just so many things to do that you could stay. We've stayed two
Yeah.
or 3 days, and then we've stayed about a week at different times, and always have lots of fun things to do.
When you say you've got all your family coming, right? And so when you look at a destination like this is probably a great destination for family reunions so that you can incorporate all ages with activities, right? So a
Definitely.
generational kind of destination.
Exactly. Even in our group, we had eight adults, and some of the adults golfed. Some didn't like to golf, or some of went boating. Some went to a quilt shop. They went to different restaurants, and they were just. And then we didn't have small children with us, but there's also a lot of family activities for the younger kids. With
Mm.
the putt golf and different
Oh,
things.
fun.
Yeah.
That's where I belong. The golf thing is
Okay.
like, uh-oh. If anybody ever Googles Lisa's first golf lesson on YouTube, yeah, you'll see why I don't golf.
Okay.
It's dangerous. I don't know, but I make a stance like a flamingo. It doesn't,
It's not for
it
everybody.
no, but I respect it. You think it looks so easy until you go out there, and then you're like, So what about beginners? I mean, are there places in the golf? Does the golf trail have, places for people like me who don't know what they're doing, maybe need some classes or
Yeah, yeah,
some easier parts of the course so that you don't hurt anybody?
yeah,
Like,
definitely. I know Osage National and the Oaks at Margaritaville, and also the club at Deer Chase. They all offer lessons. And when we were at the Oaks, there must have been a dozen younger people that were all in the driving range, and they were getting lessons. And so there's not a lot of pressure because you're not like on the course. People waiting for you. You're on. So uh, and the instructors all seem to be very patient, very good with folks. So yeah,
that's
anywhere
cool.
from pure beginners to PGA quality
Oh,
golfers were out there. And
do
I was
they
not
do?
I was not one of the PGA golfers, by the way.
Okay, well,
I'm
hey,
somewhere in the middle.
do they have events and tournaments? You
They
think?
do. When we were there actually was some kind of event going on, but sometimes there are private parties where you might have a bunch of golfers, maybe 20 golfers from somewhere, and they
Mm.
come for a golfing visit, and so they have their own little tournament. And then there's also tournaments sponsored by the golf courses.
Now, I know golf courses do a lot of weddings too. There's like golf course weddings, and they always have nice banquet rooms and things like that. But I think the Lake of the Ozarks should be quite a destination for lakefront weddings. And then I'm segueing into Bridal Cave. That cave is incredible. And it
Mm.
looks like veils, like bridal veils. I know it's not
It
really
really
named
does.
for that, but it does looks like that, huh?
Right. Yeah. You walk in, of course, the name is Bridal Cave. And so your mind's already kind of thinking of, the veils you see at weddings and the main room. I forgot how many weddings the guy told us, but it's in the thousands. And a lot of people will get married inside the cave, and then some people just the grounds are also very beautiful, and so sometimes people will get married on the grounds of the cave. But it's definitely worth
Mm.
a visit. It's my second time there, and our whole group that was one of our highlights of our trip.
And you had candy. I mean, I saw that in the video. You
Yes, rock candy, of course, being from the cave.
Yeah, yeah, I thought that was cool.
Mhm.
You gotta have candy. That's part of vacations is, going to candy shops and places that have, all the souvenirs and the fun stuff. You gotta have some
Right,
of that
right.
and just to keep it, vacationy.
Yeah, we
Sometimes
made
we
sure we had our candy allotment. We had probably too much.
Oh, but that's good. But that's the thing. We're so used to ordering everything online, right? That when you go on a vacation, it's like, yeah, let's go into a shop. Let's support small business too, right? Let's actually go
Right,
in a
right.
store and get some of those, nostalgia candies and
Mhm.
all of that. So that was the other thing. We go from candy to food. So let's talk about the restaurants because you're definitely active. This was not a vacation where you guys all slept in all day. You
Ne
did
never.
things.
Yeah. In fact, my wife's family, they don't sleep in. They're good Germans from Wisconsin, and they're up at the crack
Okay.
of dawn, and that's just the way they are, and they enjoy it. They and kind of gives me incentive too to get up and get
Get
our
going.
day going.
Yeah. So, well, did they approve of the food? Because Wisconsin
Yeah,
food is
yes, for
quite darn
sure.
good.
And one good thing is we stayed at a three-bedroom, three house on the lakefront, and it had a full kitchen. And all of
Nice.
my wife and my sister-in-laws are all really good cooks. Brother-in-laws too. They know how to run a grill. So a couple of nights we actually cooked in. We had burgers and brats one
Mm.
night, and then we had
Ooh.
some grilled chicken and grilled veggies on another night. But we did have a chance also to go to some of the local restaurants. There's
Mm.
I think like 60 restaurants in that area, and about 20 or so are on the lakefront. So,
Nice.
you're at the Lake of the Ozarks, there's something special about, being at a table where you can look out the window and see the lake. And
Mm.
so we had several outings. One of our favorites was Baxter's Lakeside Grill, and it's
Mm.
a very popular restaurant. It's casual fine dining. Everything in Lake of the
Perfect.
Ozarks is casual. So, even though it is fine dining, you don't it's not, black tie or jacket or anything like that. You can go as you are. Um,
Nice.
so
Yeah, I like that. That's the other thing. Yeah, you go on vacation, it's suddenly like, I don't want to have to work to go to dinner. It,
exactly.
it's nice to do that once in a while. So I'm not anti that, but I'm just saying, and then it's like, oh, do I have to iron something? Don't iron something. Who
We
wants to
iron
iron?
nothing.
I don't know the last time I used an iron. We travel full time, and so I'm like, I've
Right.
got like a couple shirts, and I'm just like, I should just give them to Goodwill or something because I never wear them because I have to iron them, and none of us want to do it. It's not happening. If we
Right.
have to iron, that means we're opening a bottle of wine, and then we're in trouble.
Oh,
So
there you go.
yeah. Now, hey, did they serve local foods at the restaurants, local wines? I know
Um,
Missouri does have some wine, but
yeah,
I was just
Missouri does
wondering
have
that.
quite a few wineries, especially in the Herman area.
Mm.
The Norton grape is the grape that
Hmm.
goes really well in Missouri. So we did try several different local wines. We went to Seven Springs Winery, which is a
Oh.
really nice winery, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But it has lots of outdoor seating on the terrace, and they serve probably at least seven or eight different Missouri wines. They had a Vignoles, which I'd never even heard of
Mm.
before. That was one of my favorites. So white, similar to a
Mhm.
Chardonnay, but very, very
Yeah, it is
nice.
good wine.
Crisp.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So you got a wine experience, local food, waterfront dining, boating, hiking, caves, golf. This is good. This is
I
good.
want to go
And
back.
candy. And candy, I know you got me at candy. I want to go to the cave. I'm into the cave, and obviously I want to go hiking. We're park people, so we want that. But man, it's just
Right.
always so cool to be on the water. It makes you so happy about summer. Whenever you get to a place, it's like, yeah, let's have a vacation. You feel like a kid again when you go out places like
Exactly.
that. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, you get to have ice cream in places like that.
For
You
sure.
know perfect days for it. So I've got to ask you, are you going to go back? That's the one thing I have to say. You're going to go back again because you said
We
third
definitely will
third
go
time.
back.
Hmm.
We've actually become very good friends with Marjorie Benders, who's the PR rep for the area, and she's like family. In fact, she came to the house
Cool.
for dinner
Oh,
one
cool.
evening, and
So
but
cool.
even if we didn't go, with her inviting us, we would definitely go back. There's some more golf courses I'd like to play, and in fact, I wouldn't mind replaying some of the ones that we already played.
Did you win?
Uh, we
Should I
don't keep
ask that?
score.
We should, not.
Okay. No, I did not win. I probably didn't even come close, but we had a lot of fun. It was the three of us, two of my brothers-in-law and
Mhm.
myself. Like I said, we're
Okay.
all, kind of average golfers, and I'm good enough to where like every 4 or 5 shots, I'll hit a good shot, and so I really feel good about it. But then the other 4 or 5 shots, they kind of start to add up, and I forget what my scorecard was, but it was a little ugly, but it was fun.
Oh, if it was ugly, just ignore it. Yeah, just have fun. But
Exactly.
it's about the fun to me. It always is. If you
Right.
get too, yeah, and it's brothers-in-law, so you really don't want to get too competitive with that. That's a no-no.
That's right. Yeah, they're pretty competitive at cards. Imagine them on the golf course.
Oh, okay. I got it. I got it. Yeah. So, IFTWA, the International Food Wine Travel Writers Association, where we do the show every second Friday with writers. Are you going to go to the conference? I know you've been involved with the planning conferences with them over the years, and this one is up in the Corning and up in upstate New York and in the Finger Lakes area. More wine. You've got to have wine, ice cream, good burgers. I know that
Everywhere.
Steuben is known for good wines, good burgers, good ice cream. Those things are important. We've already touched on it, but I'm just saying it
For
sounds like
sure.
this is going to be an epic trip.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. There's like you said, we're staying in Corning, and so we'll go to the
Oh,
Corning Glass Museum, the
that's
Curtis
exciting.
Museum for Aviation, which a lot of people
Nice.
don't know about. They know about the Wright brothers, but they don't know about Curtis, who
Hmm.
was also one of the leaders in the early aviation era. Um, so also obviously the wineries, there's the Finger Lakes, which I've never been to this area of New York before, so I'm really looking forward to it. Just
Mm.
a beautiful country, uh, good wines. I've already had Dr. Franken, I believe is one. Dr. Frank is one of the wineries up there, and I've had some of their wine before, but so many
Mm.
others I want to test out and see how they are.
Sounds like it's an area for you too, because there's a lot of hiking and parks and waterfalls. Ooh, the waterfalls sound good now too.
For
I'm
sure, yeah.
thinking it is getting warm here in Missouri. Everyone go to the water. Go to the water. Go to the water. Waterfalls are awesome. You just never get rid of that magic. That's a from what I've seen in photos and the interviews we've done with Explore Steuben, and they're stupendous over there, by the way. Just you have to walk
Mhm.
around saying it's stupendous. But
Good. I like that
all the
word.
podcasts we've done with them, it's like every time I'm like, dude, I want to go. I want to
Mhm.
go. So this, everyone, you can go to ifwtwa.org, IFTWA, to learn more. And I believe even if you're not a member, you can actually go to this conference. So it's
Right.
for
Yes.
writers, it's for the travel, tourism, hospitality industry. So if you're a winemaker, you could go. So it's for everyone to network and then explore the region. There's pre and post trips for a media members of the media as well. So definitely you want to check that out. So yeah, it sounds like fun. Where's your next destination?
Well, I'm actually going to the Texas Hill Country next week, Fredericksburg
Oh,
and High and Johnson City. So we have a few
nice.
wineries lined up, or we're going to the Carter Creek Winery Vineyard Resort, beautiful area in Johnson City. So we'll be there 3 or 4 days and kind of just check out
Sad.
some of the local wineries and
Sad
restaurants.
life, Scott. Sad, sad.
It's hard. It's hard.
Texas has good wine. It does. The hill country is beautiful. Again, more hiking. I don't know about golf out there. I think they've got golf.
They
They've
do
got
have
to have
quite
golf.
a few golf courses out there, and yeah, it's just
Mhm.
so wide open. And of course, some of the areas like Austin and even Fredericksburg have grown so much over the last
Yes.
20 years. A little too crowded for my taste. I like to go to the smaller
Mhm.
wineries and the smaller towns, and there's
Mm.
plenty of those too to enjoy.
Yeah. Well, have fun and drink responsibly. In other words, just don't drive, but have a good time.
Okay. I'll make sure I have a designated driver.
Awesome. Well, again, everyone, Scott's website is a great resource to plan your travels. Go to playstayeat.com. Also, to plan your travels, I encourage you to follow IFTWA on social media, ifwtwa.org. Go there and click through to their Instagram, their Facebook, their Twitter. It is always cool. And use the hashtag IFWTWA because then you'll see the posts from all their member writers, and it takes you across the country and around the world. So keep up with them there. It's I love following the social media on IFTWA and getting all
Yeah,
these,
I do
it's
too.
like, I didn't know about this place. Uh-oh, now I need to go. So it's a great way
Add another
to
one
get
to your list.
exactly, exactly. Thanks so much, Scott, and happy travels.
Well, thank you. You take care, Lisa.
Thanks. Thank you for listening to Big Blend Radio's Food, Wine, and Travel Show featuring members of the International Food, Wine, Travel Writers Association. We encourage you to visit their website. We say IFTWA, which is ifwtwa.org. You can also follow us at bigblendradio.com. Happy travels, everyone!